we will be going to discuss the outstanding characteristics and developmental tasks of each developmental stage. There is an anticipated developmental job at each developmental stage. What occurs if the anticipated developmental job is not completed at the appropriate developmental stage? How can you assist young people in completing these developmental tasks? John's on-track research focuses on family processes and children's socio-emotional development. He conducted the first major research study comparisons of children in mother and father families. Here is the first stage of developmental task, the prenatal period. It is from conception to birth. It involves tremendous growth from a single cell to an organism complete with brain and behavioral capabilities. The progress before birth is divided into three phases. The first phase is the germinal stage. It is the first or 2 weeks conception. The zygote starts to divide swiftly 36 hours after fertilization. The second phase is the embryonic stage. It is from the end of the germinal stage to 2 months after conception. At this point, the embryo is extremely delicate and all the major organs have formed. And the last phase is the fetal stage. It is from 2 months after conception until birth. The fetus sex organ starts to form about a month in this period. In the final 3 months, the brain grows quickly. An insulating layer of fat develops beneath the skin, and the respiratory and digestive systems begin to function on their own.
Infancy, birth to 2 years, extreme independence with adults, beginning psychological activities, language, symbolic thoughts, sensory motor, coordination, and social learning. Usually eat every 2 to 3 hours. Uncoordinated movements, toothless. Poor vision, focusing range 8 to 12 inches. Usually double weight by 9 months. Respond to human voice and touch. Early childhood and of infancy to 5 to 6 years of age or grade 1. With the preschool years, children learn to be more self-sufficient and take care of themselves, develop reading skills in school, and spend a lot of time and play with peers.
The school age and adolescence developmental stage. During the school age developmental stage, you'll see a change in your child. He or she will move from playing alone to having multiple friends and social groups. School age child development is a range from 6 to 12 years old of age. During the time period, observable differences in height, weight, and build of children may be prominent. Adolescence is the period of transition between childhood and adulthood. Children who are entering adolescence are going through many changes, like physical, intellectual, personality, and social developmental. Adolescence begins at puberty, which now occurs earlier on average than in the past. The end of adolescence is tied to social and emotional factors and can be somewhat ambiguous.
Early 20s and 30s, time for establishing personal and economic independence, career development, selecting mate, learning to live with someone in an intimate way, and starting a family and rearing a children. According to Wendy Penny, in this stage, behavior established, including obesity-relating behaviors, such as dietary intake, eating behaviors, and physical activity behaviors, may persist into late adulthood, while, according to Feldman, during this early adulthood, beyond physical change, individuals experience social and personality change. Middle adulthood, age 40 to 60 years old, time expanding personal and social involvement and responsibility. According to Williams, middle adulthood is typically the most fulfilling period of a person's life. It is likely to experience what some refers to as their prime earning years. The average worker might reach their career.
The widespread consensus is that late adulthood starts about 65. According to Eric Erickson, it's critical to overcome the tension between integrity and despair during the time by finding purpose and fulfillment in life rather than growing better and detective. Many senior citizens are content and actively involved in many activities. Psychology, biology, sociology, and other disciplines are all involved in multidisciplinary topic or genealogy, which investigates the aging process and the aging populations. Developmental warnings or red flags include not achieving specific milestone at a given age. To realize their full potential, children who don't meet development milestones may require additional assistance and resources. Well, remember that growth doesn't always go steadily. Around significant life events such as the birth of a new siblings, we could see alternations in development. We will have a better grasp of each child's growth and a stronger foundation from which to determine if worry are justified by following each children's development milestone throughout time.